This box is turning out awesome so far. What's the next step? Now it's time to send it in to get recapped and throw in a new clock cap. I'm also going to have the same thing done to my dead box here, and we're going to do a bypass on it to hopefully get it to start starting again. And while we're at it, I'm going to see if I can have the mod chip redone to where it starts on boot on this one. First things first though, I need to disassemble both boxes and get them just down to the board before I bring them over to the guy who's going to be doing the work on these ones, because I can't solder. Well, there's board number 1. And I'm going to show you guys what this one does before we send it in. It's funny because when I plugged it in, it actually powered on, which is a new symptom, but I mean, check this out. Oh, that's right, I gotta press the eject button. And then, watch this boot up. Oh, it did. Oh, well, apparently it's not going to be doing that for us. It is dead. Here's the executor box, and she is rusty. You know, I thought for years that this was a 1.0 to 1.1, but as it turns out, it's a 1.2 to 1.4. So I have the wrong caps. Alright, here's the executor board with all these fancy little tags and whatnot on there. And one really rusty chassis with this beautiful mod chip. Alright, I got both boards ready to go, and yeah, time to bring it to the soldering guru. And while we're waiting for that, let's check in on Boxboy.
Do you crave box stands?
Alright, it's a week later and I've just picked up the boards after being worked on. We're gonna go home and see how they work. Here is the recapped Friendtech board. I still think there's a few wires on that mod chip, but I mean, that one was added, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. Alright, it doesn't look pretty as it is right now, but let's turn it on and hope for the best here. I'm just gonna do a single press. Oh, I should probably plug it in. Alright, let's see what it does. Just a quick press. It went straight into it. Alright, now I'm just gonna let it... Oh, there we go. Okay. Had to take a second to load. Let's make sure it makes it to the menu, and there it goes! Alright, so now it's recapped. It's got the chip taken care of to where it's going to do it directly from boot, so I should be able to do the hotkey now. There it is, booting straight into XBMC for gamers. Alright, and it's put back together. And here's the executor board with this beautiful bypass that was done on it. Next up is the executor box. We did a bypass on it. It does not have the caps redone, but we're going to see what happens. Alright, so this one would like to power on when it was plugged in, so I'm going to go ahead and plug it in now. Okay, it hasn't done anything. Video is plugged in. I'm going to try powering it on. The bottom button wouldn't work before. We're going to go for it. Interesting. I can see the mod chip trying to fire up back there. I'm going to press this. Okay, it's not doing anything. I'm going to make sure I plugged everything in right. Alright, I'm plugging it in. It's plugged in. Let's see if it does something. It's doing the same thing. You can see the mod chip trying to fire up. And yeah, it's not doing anything. You can even hear this trying to start. That's unfortunate. Well guys, it looks like the executor box is still destined to be dead for now. At some point in the future, I will see if there's somebody with more experience that can work on it, but for now, it's going back on the shelf. It's another week later, now I have GPU fan screws. This is also the perfect time to show you the new fan screws. Well, it's now 2 months later. What happened? Well, I was setting up the Friendtech with various homebrew, doing that Stepmania project that you guys saw earlier, and it started shutting down out of nowhere in the middle of games. So I put it in a closet instead of playing with it more. I put it away because I didn't understand what was going wrong with the system until I got a hold of the community again. Remember how I complained about those extra wires? Well, as it turns out, that was a problem. So we redid it. And now we removed the extra wires around D0. And that seemed to fix it. So now it's back to business as usual. And now I'm about to add the Stepmania configuration I made in the previous video after I'm done playing Portal64. Because Shell looks fantastic! And yes, this does technically mean we have Portal on the original Xbox. Wait a minute, it's been 2 months. Boxboy, what has happened with the case?
The name is Casey and they are my ex. My ex.